Fast life, the fast living. They see the ambition, they know I'm past driven. Look, we are not the same, this is not a game. I be swerving through the city in and out of lanes. Yeah, cause if I see it, then I want it, then you better know I got it. Ain't no options, I'm about to do the damn thing. I'm an outlaw, you can never catch me. I'm in first place, you can never. These are the moments, only got one life. This is your moment, whether wrong or right.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Spot Real Talk. My name is Tiara.
I'm Tiffany.
I'm Ron.
And we are back again for another recap of Cross on Amazon Prime. This is the first season, episode 4, and it was titled Masks. But before we get started, please make sure you subscribe to our channel, like this video, and click that notification bell so you get alerted whenever we post. Like I mentioned last episode, we have some stuff up our sleeve. You ain't gonna want to miss out, so click that notification bell, subscribe, tell your friends and family to hop onto the Spot Real Talk. So hopping into this episode, last week we kind of recapped and we talked about, I said last week, a few days ago, as a matter of fact, we talked about the last episode and how Alex had this stalker that was basically like threatening him and his family and all this stuff. And he went to the cemetery and ended up finding this dress at the scene that he recognized. And so this week we kind of realized where that dress kind of came from. And so Alex is realizing that it belonged to somebody from his past named Deirdre. And he actually testified during her trial, basically saying that she was unfit to re-enter society. And that seemed to have been something that he deeply regretted, since like now he basically has the mindset he tries to give everybody a second chance. And he felt like that was a misstep on his part to have written her off so easily.
Mm-hmm.
And, the whole thing around this Deirdre situation, I mean, he even actually goes back and reviews some of the interview that he had with her. And it's kind of like ringing bells for him. And that kind of ties in with the Brenda Leland situation, that lady that was trying to kill him, who he ended up killing. And we found out that it was intentional to set up to get Brenda killed. And it ties into this Deirdre thing, where whoever Deirdre's family is, it's obvious she had a lot of people that loved her. They want some get back. And they got a list and they checking it twice. They got Brenda knocked off because she was abusing Deirdre while she was in the Bing.
She was a CO. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And so it all kind of makes sense now, like it's pieced together. So Ron, I know you were thinking that the Brenda situation was tied to Ed, and we were telling you it was not.
No. I said what I was saying was I didn't know who was responsible for what.
Backpedal.
No. Let me say, but before I do that, Cross didn't kill Brenda Lee. That backfire of the weapon killed Brenda Leland rather. He wanted to, but no. What I'm saying is, what I'm trying to understand is, I don't see Brenda Lee doing it, because as we look further into this episode, and we'll get into it, I don't want to jump ahead, but when they were having that sing along, what do you call it?
Karaoke.
When they were doing that, something happened, and we'll get to it. And that's I got another thought behind that. But
well, it ties in. You can bring it up now if you want to, because it does tie into this whole situation with whoever is stalking him and his family.
Well, yeah, I could, but it would reveal more than I want to reveal at this point.
Okay.
So I guess I'm going to have to kind of keep it under wraps. I will bring this back up.
I want to bring it back up too, because somebody definitely got to get the hands and the feet for me for this one.
I think I know.
Oh yeah. Me too. I wonder if you're thinking what I'm thinking.
I'm thinking what you're thinking, but when it's revealed later on.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking. So we may be on the same page here.
We are.
But I still don't know who's causing all that havoc with with Alex.
We don't know.
Right now we don't know.
Right. What Tierra and I was saying last episode is that we didn't believe it was Ed Ramsey. Now Ed is he capable? Does he have the resources and stuff? Yes. But I think if somebody from Cross's past that's tied to that case.
Here's why I say that, because and when I say Ed Ramsey, I'm not saying that he's personally doing it. I'm saying that he's putting people up to do it. And I say that to say that because some of the intricacies that we've come to see as to how they do those things either require someone who is already inside, who can more easily get in like that, or somebody who has not only the acumen but the physical and mental acumen, I should say, to be able to go in unseen, unheard, and do these things. And that not everybody has the ability to do. So when I see an Ed Ramsey who meticulously does things the way he does, and we know a little bit about what Ed knows about Alex, to me, it would be easier for him to orchestrate something like this.
No, so I hear that.
That's all I'm saying.
I mean, I think on the writer's part, it was an intentional bait and switch.
Yeah, so. I think so too. I think
I agree.
I said he's a red herring, because think about it. Think about what Alex said this episode after reviewing the tape and stuff. He said to John, he was like, Deidre was really loved. So whoever this person is going through painstakingly, extreme depths to exact this revenge. Like, they are making sure, they're trying to make sure that he suffers.
They're making him suffer from what we've seen in that karaoke portion of things. Now Nana Mama's trying to organize this thing because the kids need some kind of familiarity with what things were. She's just trying to get them to stop walking on eggshells around Alex, and so she puts this in play, but Alex does not want to participate for good reason. We know he's not ready. But Elle kind of dupes him into being there anyways. And then this terrible thing happens where they're playing the 911 call over the karaoke box, and it's like everybody's devastated, kids are crying, and Alex is just like panicking to shut it off, and then he calls in the IT guy to figure it out. It's like a disaster. And poor Elle, she had the best of intentions, but unfortunately it seemed like she made a big mistake. It was just bad all the way around. I felt really bad for Alex and the family.
I did too. That's why I kind of wish that Nana Mama didn't push him as hard on that. I was like, I hear you, and I definitely feel for the kids wanting to have normalcy and stuff. But I think, like, if they wanted to do it and he wasn't ready, I think they should have done it and left him out of it.
Nana Mama was going to do that. It was Elle that drove.
She did.
Well,
she did.
Yeah, but remember what Nana Mama said when she was saying that she needed to do this and bring the family back together, and he said, "Well, the whole family's not here, are they?"
Yeah.
And she was like, "I'm just trying to get you to be blah, blah, blah." And my point is, here we go again. You said it a few days ago, Tip, that people have their own time to heal, and you can't force them to heal. I mean, it's one thing for your wife to die, and that would be traumatic enough. But for you to be at a scene and she walks away and a minute later she's gunned down.
Yeah.
That takes years to get over.
Yeah. And it's only been a year.
It's only been a year. So why don't you give a man a break and give him some time to heal? Everybody wants to be a part of his healing, but he has to heal for himself.
Yeah. I mean, it seemed like he might have kind of had some semblance of healing when he went to Elle's house and he was kind of thanking her. He was like, this is the most normal I felt in a long time. Yeah. And he even pushed past his hesitancy to be intimate with her. So it was like I know she was happy about that.
Listen, I knew it wasn't going to take that long. I knew that would come around first before the actual mental healing. The physical healing, I figured that would come first.
Don't let me get on set and be Alexcross, because I mean,
Lord.
I mean, look, and a good woman will heal all wounds. So let them get it together. Let them do what they do. And maybe he can heal through that. But everybody's pushing him. Hey, come over to the right. Come over to the right. He's not there yet, guys. Yeah. And that to me is why he and it's in some point gets in trouble by exerting unnecessary force and things like that, because no one is allowing him to do what he needs to do to heal. Everybody's pushing him to do what they want him to do. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, they have good intent, but it is they do have to let him do it in his own time. And I think that they're starting to get the picture now.
Before the 911 call happened, it looked like he was having a good time.
He was.
He was.
He was coming out of shell and he was participating and stuff. He was having a good old time until that happened.
Right. And he might be struggling personally, but I'll tell you, professionally, he is not missing a beat.
No.
Because he is. I mean, he was vindicated this episode, where he goes and he's able to prove that Emir was actually murdered, and that it's not just him drug overdosing or whatever. They go through that book that they found last week that belonged to the killer, and they're seeing how he's modeling all of these people after famous serial killers, even down to the last meal, down to the way that they died, even keeping little mementos from the murders. It's like some real sick stuff. And so, rightly so, they nickname him Fanboy, because he really is acting like a fanboy, kind of basically idolizing these serial killers. But they do see that there's that one page that hasn't been filled yet, and that's for the serial killer Eileen Warnos. And the Lackner comes through with the information. She shows Alex the picture, look, this girl is missing, and if you dyed her hair blonde, she would fit Eileen to a T. So they kind of realize now that, okay, we on the clock. So that's putting pressure on the whole team to figure out where they can find information on Shannon. They visit her family. They don't really have any real information, because obviously Shannon's texts with her mom were being intercepted. Then they go to Amir's family and try to figure out which app that they met him on, because they're realizing that this killer is making these fake profiles basically. But and I'm like, it just goes real deep with the sickness, because they're real names of serial killers, but fake profiles. Yeah, and I'm like, this is real deep. And it was a very bright moment for Alex to have put two and two together and realized that. But we gotta go ahead, Tiff. Were you gonna say something?
No, I was just gonna say about Emir that we find out that Emir was gay.
I was about to say that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, and so they trying to piece some more information together. Go and visit Amir's family, let them know that he has been officially ruled as a murderer, but they want information about where he met the killer on the dating app and whatnot. And Mom was already hip. She was like, look, I knew he was gay. I just didn't say nothing. He was on this dating app or whatever. And so they kind of explore that, but there's no matches between the profiles that Eileen matched to versus the ones that Shannon matched to versus the ones that Emir matched to. And so, like I said, they kind of go through and realize that it's all fake information on the pages. But I think Alex uses his psychiatrist's brain to kind of tap into the thought process. And he's like, oh, this killer thinks he's an artist. He wants to be adored. And I'm like, I don't know what part of his brain he working with, but I never tapped into that part of my brain.
Well, he has a PhD in psychology, so he's tapping into, into that.
Yeah, he sees everything. And then when we get back to Ed is mimicking a true artist, Ouija. And if you
Hmm.
look at some of his works, Ouija would go around, ambulance type chaser, and he'd go to these scenes and was able to. But he also worked for, I believe, the police force, where he was a photographer. So he would actually capture these scenes and then make art from it. And so this is where Ed gets his artistic
Hmm.
value from. And it's just interesting, though, he takes it a step further by not only the gruesomeness of the scenes and he taking pictures of his captives, but it's the way he dresses them up, as you said. I mean,
Hmm.
he goes a whole 9 yards. I mean,
Hmm.
dyeing the hair. I mean, this man is, and also that I still can't get over that mask that actually aged Shannon so that she could look a little more like this woman, this
Yeah,
mother.
I mean, they don't know right as of right now that it's Ed, but he is sick. And, he did slip up
Oh,
because,
by the end of the episode,
yeah, I was going to say
Alex
by the end
goes
of the
in
episode, they
and
know. But where we at in this part of the story, they don't know yet. They're still looking for a match. And they kind of find out that there's this prescription that was filled for Shannon's skin condition under
Mm-hmm.
the name Ed Powers. And so
Howard
they're like,
Powers.
this must be, I'm sorry, Harry Powers. And they're like, this must be tied to a real social or something like that, which again, Kayla came through and was like, yeah, sure enough.
Hey,
it,
Kayla.
he got all kind of LLCs and, purchasing the artwork through that fake alias. And so it's like, okay, Ed slipped up. And I was really glad that Alex didn't tell Chief what he knows because we know Chief is a hater.
Chief is a hater. Chief is a hater. She's only thinking about the PR outcome of it and stuff. Like she even said, let's get this button up. Like she
Mm-hmm.
wants to, yeah, she's a hater. We can't trust Chief. And also we see
And the
that
white supremacy, because remember that was brought up with John and Amir's sister
oh yeah.
outside. So I mean, because we can call her a hater, but you know, it's no when the Shannon is missing, she's front page.
Front page.
I
Amir,
mean,
That's what
even
Malika
the
that's what
reporter
Malika
said
said.
she's a white girl. A missing white girl. I mean, we
yeah,
can do
that's
something with
front
this.
page
Yeah,
news.
yeah. And that's what Malika said. She was like, but my brother been, you know,
So
unalive for 2 weeks.
right, and
And he ain't made the yeah.
so I mean, and change has to come with the press too. If you see this white girl being front page news, then make this black man a front page story too.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not just putting it on the police. It's a multitude
Oh
that
yeah.
has to be involved that makes situations the way they are, and that's even true today. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad that Alex and John are on the scene because they're holding people to the they're 10 toes down and they're holding people to the fire. Either it is or it ain't. And,
You see,
don't
Malika was
play
holding
games.
him to the fire too. She was checking John's like, what about my brother?
Yeah. Well, she was right about it. I thought she was a little bit too militant, maybe.
Yeah, she was. And the thing is, him being a cop, he can't tell her the truth. He can't tell her
Right.
like
Right,
this is a strategy, da da
right,
da da
Mm-hmm.
and
right.
stuff. So he had to just take it. So I felt for him then, but I understood where she was coming from.
I mean, he
Yeah,
kind of said it without saying it because he was
Yeah.
like, sometimes we are our own worst enemies. And
right,
she was like, oh, they got you too.
right,
You the
Yeah.
victim
right,
looking, getting victimized.
right. What did she call him? She
Did she
called
call him
him.
sellout?
Well, it was how. What
Along
did
those
she?
lines,
Some
a
coon. What did she
coon.
call it?
Oh yeah.
Some
That's
coon
my
or
word.
something. But and that's unfortunate. I mean, you got to give the police time. Well, those like John and Alex, you got to give them time to do the things they have to do.
Mm-hmm. But something else that Alex was able to glean from this information that he got was, he said he realized that Ed was from Indiana, that this book that he was creating was like his Bible, like it was more personal to him than just doing these killings and whatnot. And then he was also mentioning too that it's obviously a person with a lot of access and money, because the thing that he was using was very limited. It's like the something that you couldn't just buy or get access to easily.
Because it was classified too.
Yeah, it's called
Right.
rats.
Yeah.
It's like spyware. Yeah. And so I was like, okay, like he is really putting all the pieces together. Meanwhile, Ed got poor Shannon down there, and he found a new hideout for her. And he's getting some stuff installed, and he has these guys coming through to do the work. And Shannon, I was really hoping that this was going to be her saving grace. Like I was hoping that she was going to be able to make her plea to these guys to get her out. And just when we think it's looking promising, and she gets one of their attention, Ed kills him.
Well, look, let me say this about Shannon and anybody else out there. If you find yourself in one of those situations, look, all that time you spent taking the thing out your mouth, trying to say, help me, he was there to help you. The first thing you say is, get me the H out of here. Let's pick you. And Shannon had a man 6. I mean, you must have seen him coming before he actually was able to hit him. And so you're so busy looking at him thanking and my blah, blah. Now cut all that. Get out first. Okay. First thing you do, roll out, get up.
He answered her and said my name or whatever.
No, we don't have time for all that. Get me the heck out of here first. Okay. Then we can talk about who I am, how I got there.
Probably heard, like, because she kicked the glass bottle and stuff, and that's how she got the man's attention. And he was getting ready to leave.
Right.
And that's probably, Ed may have heard it too, or he probably was expecting that guy to leave, and when he didn't, he probably was like, well, where is this person? And then when he doubled back, he's like, oh, okay, got to get him up out of here.
Look, knock on the thing with your head, do anything, but then when he opened that cabinet, no time for talking, just get me out of here first. We can talk later, but at least had a man's back. You had to see Ed coming. And by the time he gets there, he's knocking on the man's forehead. I mean, come on.
Yeah, the back of his head.
Back of his head, yeah.
He pummeled that man to death.
And it was interesting too, because his psyche, in his mind, he's like, I don't kill for fun.
Right.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay.
And that was an interesting statement too. So he was like, so if it's not for fun, then to him, it's for necessity.
Yeah,
he really thinks it's art. He thinks it's a part of him and his being and what his purpose is. Even down to like the little conferences that he's still having with this little secret society of people and him wearing the mask and whatnot. It's like he gets a kick out of the power and the control of it. And then like down to the timing where we kind of realize how meticulous he is with, matching up the death dates and matching up the food and matching up the way they were killed. It's like for him, it really is like a evil genius type scheme.
So what? And even like Alex even said, that's why he wants that book back. He said that for him, it's like a Bible. It's a part of him. And that's why I said, Ron, when we had that last discussion, this ain't start with Caitlin.
Right.
It's like, this is deep rooted. This was in him already.
I didn't say it started with Caitlin. What I'm saying is we can't assume that someone's born that way. So we have to look at what factors, and Alex kind of pointed to it with, what was the name? Mary, the one that, was the woman's name that he had sentenced for life because he, Deidre. So because he said, well, I think everybody should be given a chance. No, I don't think that at all. If you bash a man's head in 17 times with a bat, no, your behind needs to stay behind bars as long. Look, even your ashes should still be behind bars. So, I'm sorry. No.
I hear you.
No, most people, yes. But when you like a serial killer like that, no. Stay your behind bars. Don't, even when he died, don't go out there and bury him somewhere in an unmarked grave. Keep his ashes in the cell.
And you know what? I want to give a little bit of credit to Shannon, because we are being a little hard on her, but she did something that is very genius that some people don't think to do when they're in danger. And she tried to be very endearing and complimentary to Ed, and
she humanized herself. She did a good job of that. What she did when she talked about the art and stuff,
Yep.
she saw him. And she was
Right.
like, I wish we could talk more. And he was like, maybe we can. So
Mhm.
she got through to
He
him,
did.
and she got him to see her as more than a project. And I think that bought her a little bit more time,
It did.
Yeah.
you know.
And I was really impressed with how she did it, because not only did she get out of captivity, like she was roaming free. Unfortunately, Ed drugged her again, but she didn't see that. I would not be taking nothing to eat or drink from Ed after what he did with that. Don't touch me, don't feed me, don't do nothing. I don't want nothing you got to offer.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, just when she take 2 steps forward, she take 10 steps backwards.
Right.
Poor Shannon, but I do want to give her some credit for trying. She was
Mm-hmm.
coaxing her way out of that situation a little bit.
Yeah, she almost made it. I mean,
She did.
she had the thought. She had the thought, and like you said, I mean, she just played up to his sickness, and he ate it. He
his
was
ego. Like I think he somebody who he felt like really saw him.
Yeah.
And as he sees himself as an artist, and she's saying, "Oh," and she basically
she saw the art, and she said
she saw the right,
yeah.
but she said it looked like this other artist, and he was like, "Well, actually, I did it,"
right.
So he's like, "Oh, she sees me,"
Right.
and he even said, to her in the episode, he was like, "I like you, Shannon. I really do.
Yeah,
but it still has to happen.
You gotta go.
Gotta go." Yeah, unfortunately.
And it's crazy too how it's like after all of that, not even a few scenes later, he out there wiring up her teeth, getting her ready for dinner work to look like Eileen. I'm like, that little woman ain't mean nothing to him. He's still going forward.
It was all about the project. Like
right.
she was. This is the means to an end.
Yeah.
It is. But I'm interested to see, some more of this, because we got Alex and John working a little bit of tracking activity. They kind of used Chris to lure the killer, because they knew that the killer wanted that book back. Mm-hmm. And so the guy Chris, he goes to take the book and deliver it, and who shows up but Bobby? Mm-hmm. And so they had the tracker following Chris, and they see like, oh, it's Bobby, and we find out that Bobby is actually an ex-cop.
Yeah.
And I guess he's kind of maybe a disgraced cop for whatever reason, that he got kicked out of off the force. But they end up chasing Bobby down. He jumps in the river and basically disappears.
He gets shot. He gets shot and falls in. But clearly he must have had a bullet.
Yeah, he had on a vest.
Yeah, he was shot. But he definitely survived and got away.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, wow, this presents a whole new twist in things, because they are using Bobby as the scapegoat here. They're like, all right, we'll let Chief think that the fanboy is Bobby, but we gonna work this on the down low by ourselves
with Kayla. And that's because the fact that they used Chris. That wasn't the first time Chris has interacted with Bobby. So I think that let them know, like when Alex and John was having that conversation, it's like, yeah, we don't know who else is involved in this. So
yeah, he said there's a leak in the force.
Yeah, so we need to keep it tight until we figure this out. We need to work this alone.
And go ahead, Ron.
No, I just wanted to say, if I ever get a chance to talk to Bobby, I want to know, was that you falling in that rigid water, or was your stunt double doing that? Because I mean, look, that was so realistic in sense. I'm like, if you ask me, hey, I have to shoot you and you fall over, nah, bro, we're gonna think of another way.
Well, I need to know, was that Biz Marquee part of the script, or was that improvised? Because he was singing that out of that song all off key.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
But Ed ends up seeing what happened on the news, and he makes a call to Bobby, and now he's realizing that Alex is not going to let up, and he has to stop him. But this kind of works out great, because Alex got plans of his own. He knows who Ed is, and thanks to Kayla, because Kayla bought the surveillance video or whatever of the person picking up the prescription, and lo and behold, it's Ed Ramsey. So Alex now knows who the real fanboy is, and Ed is aware how close Alex is to the case. And so now they basically gunning for each other. And Alex decides that, okay, Elle invited me to Ed Ramsey's birthday party. I wasn't gonna go, but now
I'm gonna go. Yeah.
There.
Okay.
But how about Kayla? How about okay, so Alex spent the night, he had his liaison with Elle, and Kayla is there. You know, of course she's there to give him the tea about Ed, but he was like, "How you find me?" He said, "Oh, I put a track on you years ago." What's up with that, Kayla? What? Let me tell y'all about Kayla. Kayla, what's up with that?
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
But she do be coming through. I can't.
Listen,
Kayla comes
she's
through.
coming through. I'm gonna get at the Kayla. Kayla's coming in clutch, but I still got my eyes on Kayla.
Right.
All right,
So
go ahead.
The episode ends with Alex accepting, the invite. He basically said that he's going to Ed's birthday party. That's where things end. So we know that next episode he gonna be suited and booted, ready to go up in that party and turn things out.
Yeah, so, and I think
I'm looking forward to seeing that, because they are a very formidable matchup. Like, they both got the intellect to go up against one another, and I think that Ed might meet his match on this one, and he is an unsuspecting match, because I think he just starting to realize, oh, this guy he's sharp.
That's why I was saying that I didn't think it was him doing the other stuff, because he was just now starting to say, like when he made the comment, "Oh, it's time for me to start taking him seriously." So if he's just now thinking that, then he wasn't already involved with all the other stuff that's going on with Alex.
But he put Brenda up to, kill.
He didn't put Brenda. That's the other people. He's not involved with the Brenda.
So those other people you talking about?
The stalker from the past.
Yeah, okay. I really got to find out who this stalker from the past is.
Yeah, because Brenda,
they're almost as good. They're almost as good as Ed. So
that part.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, and that's a real problem.
Yeah, Brenda was the CO, and so she was also involved with that Deidre case.
So anybody that was involved in Deidre being put away or abused or harmed in any kind of way, that person got a list and they checking it twice.
And we saw that dress that was hanging in a tree, that was the same dress that Deidre had on.
Yeah.
But Deidre was stone crazy. Okay. So
I mean, from that footage, it looked like she beat that man to death.
Stone crazy. Like I said, she needs to hang in jail with her ass. And so.
Well, apparently she already gone, because she ended up unalive.
Yeah. I'm just saying, Alex. I don't think he did anything wrong keeping that woman in jail. Just as simple.
What he did wrong was saying what he said, like when he said that like she's
couldn't re-enter society,
and he said she wasn't without redemption or this or something like that.
But that's not what jail is. Jail is not. Jail does not redeem anybody. Jail does not.
No, but he's asked for a second chance.
Jail does not heal. So if you got somebody that's sick that's in jail, well, what do you think? You think they're gonna have a
no, I mean some people have come out from jail and have
petty crime maybe, but I'm talking about a person that would take a bat or a piece of wood to a.
It's some people who have been in jail who have turned this, and then listen.
Name one.
Some of us are Christians here.
Oh, I'm a Christian too. Wait a minute, hold up. I'm a Christian too, and I believe. Look.
That's what I said. Some of us are. That's what I'm saying. I'm including you too.
I'm a Christian too, and I still believe that some
kill people who got second chances.
Yeah,
so that's why you can't say. You never know.
I can.
You never know.
I can.
You don't know. You can't read hearts.
I think we know who on Ron's hand list.
You know that's right. You know that's right.
So speaking of which, I guess Ron is giving Deidre the hands.
Straight up.
And I guess whoever is trying
helping
to vindicate her.
Hands.
Hands and feet for that karaoke.
Christian or otherwise. I don't care what you are. Hands.
And Tiff, you got anybody? I'm trying to think who else.
Oh, for the hands list?
Yeah.
I'm giving Nana Mama today. I am.
Yeah, I agree with
Well,
that.
if you give Nana Mama, you got to give Elle.
I
Her
They was in cahoots.
too, both of them. Because
Well,
I
yeah,
feel like
yeah.
now I know what we said, because the last episode I was talking about John, and I felt like his intentions, because he was telling him to call the counselor. I said that's one thing, to make the call for the counselor trade off, but to insist that he goes to the karaoke after he's already said, and then we get
blindside him.
and then this stuff happens. Yeah, Nana Mama and Elle, they both for me. Y'all get the hands for that.
But wasn't Elle, I mean, but Elle was invited by Nana Mama, right? I mean, she didn't.
That's what I'm saying. Somebody invited her, and somebody helped dupe him into going.
Well, yeah, because Elle did say, "Yeah, I'm okay," but I don't know if I can give it to Elle though. I'm sorry, that's my girl.
You got a bias.
You got a bias. Elle deserves it too. Elle deserves it too.
No bias here. I'm just
and look and see, and Elle, she ended up being all right, because he forgave her.
Well, he should have. No.
He really forgave her.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah. But they both deserve a hands for me.
Okay, I think we definitely gonna have Ed on the list. That's you said, a permanent spot on
permanent spot.
Now, do we have anybody else? I don't think I have anybody else.
Bobby.
Bobby, yeah.
Well, Bobby, he's permanent.
Yeah, he's a co-conspirator, so he can definitely get the hands. Now, who can get the game ball? I was kind of thinking Shannon, because she did some stuff this episode that I really liked.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking more of an honorable mention, but I really want to give the game ball to Alex, because the way his wheels was turning this episode, he figured out a lot of stuff that those other detectives would have never put together.
Oh no, even Lackler or whatever her name is, finally came around. Because
Kayla,
Kayla definitely.
She came through.
I think Kayla deserves a game ball too, because she found out, she gave the footage to show it was Ed.
Right. Yeah. So Kayla and Alex,
yeah.
Alex was definitely showing off his skills this episode. He is sharp. I'm looking forward to it.
I'm gonna say something that's really y'all gonna jump on me. I know this.
Oh Lord. What's about to come?
I give Bobby honorable mention game ball. And here's why I say that. Because remember when he dropped the book, he wasn't really concerned about going back and getting that book. And obviously somebody was going to find it. So he really didn't care. And I don't know what was on his mind.
Bobby was motivated 2.2 million.
2.2.
Yeah, that's my point. But
Ed
remember,
said he wasn't going to give him the money until he got the book back. Shoot, I would have gone back for the book.
No, but he didn't go back for he didn't go back for the book. No, it wasn't until later. My point is, when he dropped it, if it were me, because I got 2.2 riding in the wind, while I got homegirl, I would have put her down or something and grabbed the book and say, let's keep riding. But he wasn't that concerned about it.
But he didn't know how much it meant to Ed until they had that conversation. When he said, you can make another scrapbook. And then Ed was like, nah, you need to get me that book or you're not getting your money. So that's when Ed laid the gauntlet down, that's when he ain't giving me my loot until I get that book. So let me figure this out.
And Bobby used his inside connections with the police department, because it's obvious that Alex and John gonna pick that book up.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. And so he knew that somewhere in evidence room, that book is somewhere up in there. Let me use my inside connections to get it back. And he fell kind of right into their trap. So I mean, I don't know about giving Bobby no game ball.
I was saying honorable mention, but you're right. I take it back. I take it back. Let me take it back. Okay, you've convinced me.
Well, this was a really good episode. I really, really enjoyed it. This is mid-season, episode 4. There's only 8 episodes, so there's 4 more left. And I'm so looking forward to seeing how Ed's birthday party goes. I don't know if all of the writers follow the same kind of formula, but usually that after the mid-season, that next episode is the one where they set stuff on fire. it goes down usually, right after that mid-season. So I'm looking forward to seeing what this next one got in store for us.
Mm-hmm.
To all the viewers out there, thank you guys so much for watching. Please drop down in the comment section and give us your thoughts on episode 4. Make sure you subscribe to our channel, like this video, and click that notification bell. We are also on all major social media platforms at The Spot Real Talk, so give us a follow there. Invite your friends, invite your family. I know y'all about to be getting together, having some good old Thanksgiving meals. So spread the word that The Spot Real Talk is the hottest recap show in town. Tell them to get on the YouTubes and subscribe. Y'all got anything else y'all want to add before we close out?
You said it all.
I can already say anything else would pale to what you already said.
All right, I was going to say.
All right, well, we thank you again for watching. Please make sure you are back here in the next couple of days as we recap episode 5. Thank you, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
I heard man when I chat and chit. I come through like what's good, these wigs getting split. Man better breeze than sprint, it's long if I choose to bite down on these pricks. X is a lyrical 4-4 and this, so make sure it's X that you wanna rally with. Oh, make a big man turn to a kid. Shout out skull when I splat out wigs. Never seeing X's with your eyes closed, don't move past girls behind your eyelid. Bars and flows, check out their mixture. Tell them man can't handle the fixture. It's all fun and games to the person saying it's all fun and games. Get beat up and cocked out the picture. Must be active if you think you can wig me. I'll tell my man put down the liquor.